A botanist is cultivating a rare species of plant in a controlled environment and currently has 3,000 of these plants. The population of this species that the botanist expects to grow next year and next year can be estimated by the number of plants this year and this year by the equation below. And this is the equation that's being referenced. And then he goes on to say, the constant K in this formula is the number of plants the environment is able to support. And now for the question part. The botanist would like to increase the number of plants that the environment can support so that the population of the species will increase more rapidly. If the botanist's goal is that the number of plants will increase from 3,000 this year to 3,360 next year, how many plants must the modified environment support? So this is a pretty verbose question, but thankfully we are given an equation, and anytime you have an equation and values provided, it could just be as simple as a plug and chug. But first we want to understand what this question is asking, and that question part is right here. How many plants must the modified environment support? So which variable are we looking for? Remember, this part right here told us that K is the number of plants that the environment can support, so we know that we are trying to solve for K. So with that knowledge, let's go ahead and plug in the values that are given to solve for K. So next year is 3,360, so we'll plug in 3,360 in place of next year, equals this year, which is given to us as 3,000, plus 0.2 times this year again, which is 3,000, quantity 1 minus 3,000 again, divided by K. So using our algebra skills, first thing we want to do is subtract this 3,000 from both sides. And you'll find that the remaining equation is going to be 360 equals 0.2 times 3,000, quantity 1 minus 3,000 over K. So our next step, why don't we go ahead and multiply these two together? 0.2 times 3,000 is really just 600. So we have 360 equals 600, quantity 1 minus 3,000 over K. And we'll continue working on this. Next step is to divide both sides by 600. So then 360 divided by 600, of course this is the calculator section, so you're allowed to do that, use your calculator, but it's probably not as difficult as it might seem. You could do it without a calculator, but use one if you need to. And then this equals 1 minus 3,000 over K. So we're getting closer and closer. The next step is to get rid of this 1 right here. So we subtract 1 from both sides. And of course, the remaining aspect here is negative 0.4 equals negative 3,000 over K. And since we're running out of space a little bit, let's move this actually to this space right here. So we have negative 0.4 equals negative 3,000 over K. And to solve for K, we can do it two ways. I think the easiest way to do it is just give this 0.4 a denominator of 1, so that way we can cross multiply this proportion. So we would have negative 0.4 K equals negative 3,000. And to finish this off, of course, divide both sides by negative 0.4. And we end up with K equals 7,500. Therefore, the answer is 7,500. And that's it.